Hello everyone, welcome back to Nexa Current Affairs. In this video, we will cover the most important current affairs from 1st August to 6th August 2026. These questions are highly important for the RRB, SSC, banking, PSC, UPSC and other competitive exams. So now let's begin the current affairs questions. So here your first question is, which country signed a major free trade agreement with India in 2026? Which country signed a major free trade agreement FTA with India in 2026? Option A Australia, option B New Zealand, option C Japan, option D Canada. What is the correct answer here? So correct answer is option B New Zealand. India and New Zealand signed a free trade agreement to increase trade and investment between the two countries. The agreement aims to reduce import duties on many goods and improve cooperation in agriculture, technology, and services. This is important for India's international trade and economic growth. So, here correct answer option B New Zealand. Next question, which Indian payment bank had its license cancelled in 2026? Airtel Payments Bank, India Post Payments Bank, Paytm Payments Bank, Jio Payments Bank. Which Indian payment bank had its license cancelled in 2026? So here correct answer option C, Paytm Payments Bank. The Reserve Bank of India (RBI) cancelled the license of Paytm Payments Bank because of serious regulatory and compliance issues. Customers were advised to move their money and banking services to other authorized banks. Okay, so correct answer here Paytm Payments Bank. Next question, who became the Chief Minister of Bihar in 2026? Who became the Chief Minister of Bihar in 2026? Option A Nitish Kumar, option B Tejaswi Yadav, option C Samrat Chaudhary, option D Chirag Paswan. Correct answer option C Samrat Chaudhary. Samrat Chaudhary became the Chief Minister of Bihar after political changes in the state. His appointment attracted national attention because Bihar is one of India's major states and changes in its leadership often affect national politics. So here Samrat Chaudhary is the new CM of Bihar. Next question, INS Aridhaman belongs to which branch of the Indian Armed Forces? Indian Army, Indian Navy, Indian Air Force, Indian Coast Guard. INS Aridhaman belongs to which branch of the Indian Armed Forces? Indian Army, Indian Navy, Indian Air Force and Indian Coast Guard. What is the correct answer here? So its correct answer option B, Indian Navy. INS Aridhaman is a nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarine of the Indian Navy. It is an important part of India's nuclear deterrence capability and strengthens the country's maritime and strategic defense system. So here, Indian Navy is correct answer. Next question, the AI-based climate simulation platform Earth-2 is developed by which company? The AI-based climate simulation platform Earth-2 is developed by which company? Option A Microsoft, option B Google, option C Nvidia and option D OpenAI. So here correct answer is option C Nvidia. Nvidia developed Earth-2, an advanced AI platform that can simulate weather and climate conditions. Scientists and governments can use it to predict extreme weather events more accurately and improve disaster preparedness. So option C Nvidia is correct answer. Next question is, which country emerged as a major corn supplier to Bangladesh in 2026? Argentina, Brazil, Russia, Thailand. Which country emerged as a major corn supplier to Bangladesh in 2026? So here the correct answer is option B, Brazil. Brazil became one of the major corn suppliers to Bangladesh due to increasing demand and changes in global agriculture trade. This development is important for food security and international trade in South Asia. So Brazil is the correct answer. Okay, Brazil became the one of the major corn supplier to Bangladesh. Okay. Next question is, which organization released a report warning about risk to India's economy due to rising oil prices? Here the next question is, which organization released a report warning about risk to India's economy due to rising oil prices and weak monsoon? World Bank, IMF, WTO, and option D, ADB. Here correct answer option B, IMF. The International Monetary Fund (IMF) warned that higher crude oil prices and a weak monsoon could affect India's economic growth. Rising oil prices increase import costs, while poor rainfall can reduce agricultural production and increase inflation. So option B, IMF is correct answer. Next question. Which country is hosting the ASEAN Summit in 2026? Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam. Which country hosting the ASEAN Summit in 2026? Correct answer option A, Malaysia. Malaysia is the host country for the 2026 ASEAN Summit. ASEAN is a regional organization that promotes economic cooperation, political dialogue, and security collaboration among Southeast Asian nations. So, Malaysia is the host country for the 2026 ASEAN Summit. Next question. The Government of India recently announced the establishment of the National AI Innovation Hub in which city? National AI Innovation Hub in which city? Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Pune, Chennai. Correct answer option A, Bengaluru. The National AI Innovation Hub will be established in Bengaluru to promote artificial intelligence research, innovation, startups, and advanced technology development. The initiative aims to strengthen India's position in the global AI ecosystem. So, Bengaluru, option A, Bengaluru is the correct answer. Next question. Which Indian site was recently included in the UNESCO World Heritage List? Which Indian site was recently included in the UNESCO World Heritage List? Modhera Sun Temple. Option B, Sivasagar Maidams. Option C, Hampi, and Khajuraho. Option D, Khajuraho. Correct answer option B, Sivasagar Maidams. The Sivasagar Maidams of Assam were added to the UNESCO World Heritage List in recognition of their historical and cultural importance. These royal burial monuments of the Ahom dynasty represent a unique architectural and archaeological heritage of India. The Sivasagar Maidans of Assam were added to the UNESCO World Heritage List in recognition of their historical and cultural importance. So Sivasagar Maidans is correct answer. Okay, Sivasagar Maidans. Maidans. Next question. Which ministry recently launched a nationwide campaign to promote digital literacy in rural areas? Which ministry recently launched a nationwide campaign to promote digital literacy in rural areas? Ministry of Education, Ministry of Rural Development, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Ministry of Home Affairs. So here correct answer option C, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. The Ministry of Electronics Information Technology launched a nationwide digital literacy campaign aimed at improving digital skills in rural India. The program focuses on teaching citizens how to use smartphones, online banking, digital payments, and government services safely and effectively. Okay, so Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology is correct answer. Next question: which country recently became the newest member of ASEAN Infrastructure Investment Bank? Okay, which country recently became the newest member of the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank? Uruguay, Argentina, Chile, Peru. Here correct answer option A, Uruguay. Uruguay joined the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, expanding the institution global membership. AIIB finances infrastructure and sustainable development projects across member countries and aims to strengthen international economic cooperation. Next question: which Indian state recently launched a new climate resilient agriculture mission? Which Indian state recently launched a new climate resilient agriculture mission? Odisha, Punjab, Uttarakhand, Karnataka. So, correct answer option A, Odisha. Odisha launched a climate resilient agriculture mission to help farmers adapt to changing weather conditions. The initiative includes drought resistant crops, better irrigation method, soil management, and weather based farming advisories. Okay, so correct answer option A, Odisha. Next question: which organization recently released a report on global food security and nutrition? WHO, option B, FAO, option C, IMF, option D, UNESCO. Here correct answer option B, FAO. The Food Agriculture Organization FAO released a report assessing global food security and nutrition trends. The report highlights challenges such as rising food prices, climate change, and unequal access to nutritious food in many regions. So FAO is correct answer, which full form is Food and Agriculture Organization. Food and Agriculture Organization. Next question: which Indian city recently hosted the National Startup Innovation Summit 2026? New Delhi, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Ahmedabad. Which Indian city recently hosted the National Startup Innovation Summit 2026? Correct answer option C, Hyderabad. So, Hyderabad hosted the National Startup Innovation Summit 2026, where policymakers, investors, entrepreneurs, and technology experts discussed innovation funding and startup growth. The summit aimed to strengthen India's startup ecosystem and encourage entrepreneurship. So, option C, Hyderabad is the correct answer. Next question: which country recently tested a new reusable space launch vehicle prototype? Which country recently tested a new reusable space launch vehicle prototype? China, Japan, United States, Russia. So the correct answer is option A, China. China successfully tested a reusable space launch vehicle prototype as part of its effort to reduce launch cost and increase the frequency of space missions. Reusable rockets are considered a major advancement in modern space technology. So, option A, China, is correct answer. Next question. Which bank recently introduced an AI based fraud detection system for digital transactions? Which bank recently introduced an AI based fraud detection system for digital transactions? State Bank of India, Punjab National Bank, Bank of Baroda, HDFC Bank. So here the correct answer option A, State Bank of India. State Bank of India introduced an AI-based fraud detection system to identify suspicious digital transactions in real time. The system uses artificial intelligence and data analytics to improve customer security and reduce financial fraud. So, State Bank of India, correct answer. Okay, State Bank of India introduced an AI-based fraud detection system to identify suspicious digital transaction in real time. Next question: which international organization celebrated its 80th anniversary in 2026? United Nations, UNESCO, WHO, UNICEF, UNICEF. Its correct answer option A, United Nations. The United Nations celebrated its 80th anniversary in 2026, marking 8 decades of work in maintaining international peace, promoting development, protecting human rights, and supporting global cooperation among member countries. So, United Nations is correct answer. Next question: which country recently announced a major investment in semiconductor manufacturing in India? Which country recently announced a major investment in semiconductor manufacturing in India? Taiwan, South Korea, Japan, Singapore. So here correct answer option A, Taiwan. Taiwan announced a significant investment in semiconductor manufacturing in India to strengthen chip production and technology cooperation. The investment is expected to create jobs, improve supply chains, and support India's electronics manufacturing sector. Okay, so option A, Taiwan is correct answer. Next question: which Indian state recently launched a women entrepreneurship support scheme named Udyam Shakti? Which Indian state recently launched a women entrepreneurship support scheme named Udyam Shakti? Maharashtra, Gujarat, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh. So here correct answer option C, Karnataka. Karnataka launched the Uddam Shakti initiative to encourage women entrepreneurs by providing financial assistance, skill training, mentoring, and easier access to markets. The scheme aims to increase women's participation in business and startup activities across the state. Next question: which organization recently announced a new global initiative to improve cybersecurity cooperation among countries? Which organization recently announced a new global initiative to improve cybersecurity cooperation among countries? World Bank, United Nations, NATO, OECD. So correct answer option B, United Nations. The United Nations announced a new cybersecurity cooperation initiative to help countries improve digital security, share threat information, and strengthen protection against cybercrime and cyber attacks. International cooperation is becoming increasingly important in the digital era. So, United Nations correct answer. Next question. Which Indian city recently became the first in the country to introduce a fully electric public bus fleet? Which Indian city recently became the first in the country to introduce a fully electric public bus fleet? Delhi, Bangalore, Surat, Kochi. So correct answer option C, Surat. Surat became the first Indian city to operate a fully electric public bus fleet, marking a major step towards sustainable urban transport. The initiative is expected to reduce air pollution, lower fuel cost, and promote clean mobility solution. So option C, Surat, correct answer. Next question. Which country recently launched the world's largest offshore wind energy project? China, United Kingdom, Denmark, Netherlands. Here its correct answer option A, China. China launched the world's largest offshore wind energy project to expand renewable energy production and reduce dependence of fossil dependence on fossil fuels. Offshore wind farms generate electricity from strong sea winds and play a key role in achieving climate goals. Next question. Which Indian organization recently launched a satellite based crop insurance monitoring platform? ISRO, NABARD, ICAR, FCI. Its correct answer option A, ISRO. ISRO introduced a satellite based crop insurance monitoring platform to improve assessment of crop damage and insurance claims. Satellite imagery helps provide faster, more accurate, and transparent information for farmers and insurance agencies. So, option A, ISRO is correct answer. Next question. Which country recently hosted the Global Education Ministers Conference 2026? France, India, United Kingdom, Singapore. So its correct answer option D, Singapore. Singapore hosted the Global Education Ministers Conference 2026, where leaders discussed digital learning, skill development, artificial intelligence in education, and international cooperation in improving education system. So Singapore is correct answer. Next question. Which Indian state recently approved a policy to promote semiconductor manufacturing and electronics industries? Which Indian state recently approved a policy to promote semiconductor manufacturing and electronics industries? Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Telangana. So here correct answer option A, Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu approved a new semiconductor and electronics manufacturing policy to attract investment, create employment opportunities, and strengthen India's electronics production ecosystem. The state aims to become a major technology manufacturing hub. So, Tamil Nadu is correct answer. Next question. Which international financial institution recently increased its growth forecast for India? IMF, World Bank, Asian Development Bank, OECD. So its correct answer option A, IMF. The International Monetary Fund IMF raised its growth forecast for India, citing strong domestic demand, infrastructure investment, and resilient economic performance. IMF forecasts are closely watched by governments, investors, and financial institutions worldwide. So, correct answer option A, IMF. Next question is, which Indian airport recently became the first to operate entirely on renewable energy? Indira Gandhi International Airport, Kempe Gowda International Airport, Cochin International Airport, Rajiv Gandhi International Airport. So here correct answer option C, Cochin International Airport. Cochin International Airport became the first airport in India to operate entirely on renewable energy, mainly through large scale solar power generation. It is internationally recognized for its sustainable and environmentally friendly airport operations. So, Cochin International Airport, correct answer. Next question. Which country recently announced a joint space exploration mission with India? France, Japan, United States, Australia. So, correct answer is option B, Japan. India and Japan announced a joint space exploration mission aimed at advancing lunar and deep space research. The collaboration includes satellite technology, scientific instruments, and future space exploration projects between ISRO and Japanese space agencies. So Japan is the correct answer. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end, and for this PDF join the Telegram channel Nexa Current Affairs. Okay.